Hey guys, I'm Blair.
And I'm the PD Cowboy, and tonight on this chilly night, we're here at the South Carolina Equine Complex in Camden, South Carolina.
We're here for the Southern Stockhorse Association show, and we will be bringing you an exciting horse tale, a vet tip, and a tack tip. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
What makes a perfect weekend? Start with the same place. You know the one. Gather a handful of your favorite friends. Add in the kids just to keep things stirred up. Mix generously with laughter and the finest ingredients, South Carolina grown, of course. Serve with a fresh, low country boil and the promise to return next year. This is what memories are made of. Certified SC grown.
You won't find any floral shelf paper in here. There's no vacuum cleaner bags, carpet samples, or washer-dryer combos. But if you're a worker, a fixer, a grower, or a doer, then we built a place for you. Southern States. A place for those who do. Farmer-owned since 1923.
The Equine Calendar of Events is being brought to you by Southern States. For more upcoming events, be sure to visit us online at horsetalestv.com. Joining me now is Steve Ginn. Steve, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell me a little bit about how you got started in cutting horses.
Well, my father and my mother my stepmother, they had cutting horses when we were kids growing up, and we got a chance to show in the youth and stuff like that growing up, and just, you know, always wanted to train cutting horses when I got out of high school and everything. So I went to work for a trainer for about 3 years and worked under him, a guy named Merritt Renew, and actually worked for Greg Welch for a while. He's a famous cutting horse trainer, and then left there and went on my own and been training horses now for the last 20-some years on my own.
Wow, and you're a world champion, right?
Yes, that's right.
All right, and what horse did you win that on?
Shorty in 2006.
And what kind of horse is that?
She's by Shorty Leaning. She was out of a Leo Benito mare.
Okay, wow. So what exactly is cutting horses? I mean, what is going on back here?
Well, if you'll watch this guy, he's going to go in the herd and actually go in here, and he can hold his reins up and get his cow cut out away from the rest of the cattle. And once he gets his cow cut out away from the rest of them, he has to put his hand down on a free line. And if you'll watch him right here, he's going to make this cut. And as soon as he makes this cut, he should put his hand down, and then he goes to work on the cow.
Okay.
And what you want that horse to do is to stay heads up with that cow. See right there, he got a little bit behind, so he had to kind of catch up with the cow. But what you want to do is try to stay mirrored to the cow's head. The horse's head should stay right with the cow's head. And if you get out of line with that cow, it's a 1-point penalty every time you have to catch up. And see right there, the cow turned away, and that's a legal quit.
Okay. So what are these guys doing right here on the horses?
All right, these guys out here, you got 2 herd holding guys, and what their job is to actually help the cutter that's showing his horse to go in the herd and bring the cattle off the back wall and to help him get those cows cut. And then when the cows go back, they actually hold the cows back there on the back wall while he's showing to keep the rest of the cattle from coming out and getting with his cattle. And then these 2 guys are actually what they call turnback guys that are actually bumping the cows back to him so he can get his horse showed to the best of his abilities.
Okay, that's pretty impressive what that horse is doing right there.
Oh yes,
it really is.
It's a pretty good horse. And let's see, his horse is better on this cow. He's not missing the cow as much as he was over here to his right. He's a little more even right now. Showing a lot of expression, a lot of style.
Wow.
Pretty nice little horse. And seeing that cow turn away from him, that was a legal quit.
Oh,
see,
okay.
To quit the cow legally, the cow's either got to be standing completely still or turned away from you.
Okay. Wow. Well, I have learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
It.
Yep.
We've really seen some good action tonight. These horses are very athletic, and the ability of the riders is quite amazing.
Dad, we sure have, and that leads us into our vet tip of the week with Dr. Adam Eichelberger from the Clemson Veterinarian Extension. Today's vet tip is being brought to you today by your local Clemson Extension Department.
Hi, my name's Adam Eichelberger, and this is Casey. I'm an Extension and Field Veterinarian for Clemson University. I manage a lot of the horse health issues for the state of South Carolina. So one horse health tip that I'd like to talk to you about today is colic. Most horse owners have heard of colic. Colic is just a general term for abdominal discomfort. It can be anything from possibly impaction or constipation. It could be anything from possibly their gut being displaced or twisted abnormally. Also, it could be something as little as ulcers or possibly an infection. Colic can be caused by anything. Some of the reasons that you as horse owners may see colic in South Carolina is because we persistently have a change in weather. You know, it gets hot and cold, and we have changes in the barometer, changes in the pressure. Another thing would be a change in diet. If you were per se to purchase hay from one distributor and then change to another hay distributor, then actually the change in diet can actually cause some issues with colic. Another thing would be possibly just your horse traveling or a change in routine. So there are a lot of different causes for colic, a lot of different reasons for colic. One of the most common signs of colic is a horse not eating, or a horse actually showing evidence of discomfort. A horse may be standing there by the feed trough, but not interested, just kind of uncomfortable, may paw, it may strike at its side. Often horses that are showing extreme signs of discomfort or colic will actually be down and rolling. So typically, if I have a horse owner who calls me as a veterinarian and wants me to offer some advice or possibly come treat, I ask them to potentially take a temperature, pulse, and respiration. The temperature can be taken if you don't have a stethoscope by actually putting your hand up under the jaw, and you can actually palpate a pulse right here over their artery there. So, and if you actually just take your watch and time it, sometimes you can get how many beats per minute. If you have a stethoscope, you can put your stethoscope on and just come right here behind the left elbow into the axillary region and actually listen to the heart. Another thing that you can also do to take the respiration is to actually stand back and watch them breathe in and out, and in and out, and in and out. So horses typically breathe a lot slower than we do, so they typically have a lot slower respiration. And another thing would be to take a temperature. You would take a thermometer and just go in per rectum and just take a thermometer, just take a temperature just for a few minutes. So typically, you know, once you call back and let me know kind of what some of the clinical signs are and what the TPR is, I can kind of tell you how to proceed, because I don't typically want you to administer medication without talking to me, or at least without giving some feedback, so I'll kind of know what the plan is. So typically, colic is a problem in South Carolina. You may see it, you may not. And one of the things you can do is anytime you have any questions about your horse or colic, be glad to pick up the phone and call me at the state veterinarian's office or email me. My email is eichelb@clemson.edu.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more exciting adventures from Camden, South Carolina.
There's nothing fresher, nothing finer than locally grown fruits and vegetables. They're tastier, sweeter, healthier, and most of us would agree they're better. That's why your South Carolina Department of Agriculture is working to make certified South Carolina grown produce and products available in stores in your neighborhood. Ask for South Carolina Nothing's fresher, nothing's finer.
You won't find any floral shelf paper in here. There's no vacuum cleaner bags, carpet samples, or washer-dryer combos. But if you're a worker, a fixer, a grower, or a doer, then we built a place for you. Southern States. A place for those who do. Farmer-owned since 1923.
The Equine Calendar of Events is being brought to you by Southern States. For more upcoming events, be sure to visit us online at horsetailstv.com. Hey guys, joining me now is Lauren Carroll, world-class champion in the paint horse cutting division. Lauren, tell us a little bit about how you became the world-class champion and what exactly that involves.
Well, I started training with a guy from Parkton, North Carolina, Jerry King, and I bought a horse from him. And we started out training since I got him as a 3-year-old and conditioned and went to shows just about every weekend and decided we wanted to take him to the world. So we went out there and he was really, really good for me and came back home after he won, and he's been out, turned out, and I've shown him a little bit, but that's about it.
Wow. So how did you get started riding horses? Were your parents involved in that, or you just fell in love?
Well, my dad, he got me into it with the lady around home, and we just did some basic riding and stuff like that. And then I went from her to another trainer and to another trainer, and now I'm with Jerry King, so got into the cutting horses with him a lot more.
Lauren, explain to me a little bit about how exactly you get the horse to do what they do.
Well, every day we're out with the horses, and Jerry works my horse at least 3 times a week, if not more. And just riding every day gets, balance and stuff like that. Improves so much with more you ride. It may not have to be a cutting horse like here. It can be any horse, from English horses to, jumping horses. Anything you do with a horse is going to help you at any sport. But with these guys, we do a lot of flexing, a lot of bending, work cows. We work them at home. We work them like they're at home. We come to a show, then they know it's time to show. Put our hands down and they work. But keep them loped every day, conditioned up, chiropractic work, stuff like that helps with all these horses.
So what exactly does that mean, working cows?
Well, to start out, we have a herd of cows, estimate, try to do 3 cows per horse. At a show is what you try to do. At home, we may work more or less, but you pull 1 cow of the herd, separate it, and your horse should work parallel to the cow, should mimic the cow. And when he's doing that, he should go on his ends and stop completely and come make a full turnaround with the cow. And once you get enough work on that cow, then you'll stop and pull another cow out, and so on until you feel like he's ready. Wow.
So what kind of horse were you on today in this class?
He was a quarter horse, red roan, a 5-year-old stud out of Cat Itchy and Better Blue Boons. I just purchased him last week, as a matter of fact. Yep. So
you're breaking him in.
Breaking him in. I showed him a couple times earlier this year, and in July we went out to Fort Worth to the summer spectacular out there. We didn't make the finals, but he was really good for me. And come back home and decided I had to have him. So
wow, well that's great.
Yep.
So the one that you won the championship on, that was a paint horse, correct?
That was a paint. Yes,
so tell us the difference between the paint horse and then the horse that you're on today.
Well, the paint horse that I have, he's been a great horse for me to start on. I started on him and I did a lot of stuff on him. But to go to the next level for like NCHA, which is the National Cutting Horse Association, you need a little bit more higher caliber horse, and that's what I got with Itchy.
All right. Well, folks, there you go. World-class champion, Lauren Carroll. Thank you so much, Lauren, for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Well, Blair, what we got going on next?
Well, Dad, up next is our tack tip of the week.
Hello, I'm Adrienne Potter with the Tack Room in Camden. Today we've got some tack tips for you. First, we're going to discuss buying tack. When you walk into your local tack shop, you will be faced with many choices. There's going to be a huge range of leather qualities and price ranges that you're going to encounter. When you're looking for tack, you want to consider your budget, and you always want to try and purchase your tack to the highest ability of your budget. The higher price and higher quality tack that you can afford is going to last you much, much longer. It's an investment, so you want to purchase what you can put your money into, and you'll get years out of it. With the right care and right products, bridles, saddles, tack can last you 15, 20 years with the right care and the right purchase. There's lots of choices, sizes, colors, options. Anybody at your local shop or over the phone can help you. All horses come in different sizes, colors, options, so we've got lots of different things to choose from. When you come in there and you've got your price range, you're considering the tanning process, the quality of leather, where it's constructed. So if you have any questions, please give us a call. Come by and see us. We're at 2530 Broad Street in Camden. You can find us online at tackroomonline.com or call us at 803-432-2264.
With us tonight, folks, is Craig Dawes, the founder of Southern Stockhorse Association. Craig, that's quite an undertaking. Tell me a little bit how you got started.
Well, back in the early 90s, we were doing horse shows, and they were so specialized, and that bothered me a little bit. Since I had a ranching background, I wanted to get into the versatility stuff, and nobody offered it.
Right.
So we organized Southern Stockhorse and started ourselves. We started in '99 and actually incorporated and named it Southern Stockhorse in 2001.
Very good.
And so we do the cutting on Friday night, and then the rest of the weekend is cow work. We do reining, working cow, team sorting, roping. We do all kinds of stuff for the next 2 days.
Very good. We've been very impressed with the talent you have here tonight, and we appreciate your time very much, Craig.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Joining me now is Buddy Smith. Mr. Smith, I hear you have a horse tale for me.
Yes, ma'am. We was at a Cowboys Christ function, and we were doing the buddy pickup, and that's where you get on your horse, me and another guy, and we race down to the other end of the arena, pick up our riders to come back with us, and whoever gets back to this end first wins. Well, we got it all set up, took off. I went out, picked up my little girl, Erin. She swung up on the horse behind me. She said, "Let her go, Daddy." I turned the horse loose. Got too fast. I looked at the end of the arena, the gate was open. People standing there. I said to myself, I got to turn this horse, and I pushed my horse to the left, run into the side of Sonny Graham, into his horse. That knocked my horse down. I went upside the fence. My horse went down, knocked me out, broke my collarbone.
Oh my gosh.
Here, I said, good Lord, all I want to do is see my little girl. And I heard her holler, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." I said, "I'm all right." I went back out. I was cold. The next thing I heard was the man say, "Preacher, we got to pray." And when he went to praying, I stood up and I walked out of that arena, and I worked that the rest of the day. But for just that few minutes, I didn't believe. But the best part was the little girl that was behind me told her aunt, said he was laying down there, weren't breathing, and said when that man went to praying for him, he stood up and walked out of that arena. And I'm here today praising the good Lord for it. Amen.
There you go, the power of prayer. Thank you so much. That's your horse tale for the day.
We're seeing some really good cattle work here tonight, so stay tuned. The old PD Cowboy will be right back.
Hi, I'm Hugh Weathers, your South Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture. Did you realize that agriculture is South Carolina's second largest industry? Our state has a long history of agriculture production and is also known for the flavor and quality of our many fruits and vegetables, from horticulture to meat, poultry, and specialty crops. Agriculture is a multi-billion-dollar industry in our state. Remember to support local agriculture when you shop. Ask for Certified South Carolina. Nothing's fresher, nothing's finer.
You won't find any floral shelf paper in here. There's no vacuum cleaner bags, carpet samples, or washer-dryer combos. But if you're a worker, a fixer, a grower, or a doer, then we built a place for you. Southern States. A place for those who do. Farmer-owned since 1923.
Joining me now is Calvin Barfield. Mr. Barfield, tell me a little bit about the Southern Stockhorse Association and how you got involved in it.
Several years ago, about 10 years ago, Craig and Vicki Dawes is where the idea was brainstormed at and where it came about at, and we started talking about taking our horses that we ride every day and work on the ranch or the farm with, and competing with them a little bit. And so that's where it originated at. Just a group of friends sitting around talking about it, and Craig and Vicki Dawes are is where it originated.
Tell me a little bit about the event going on here tonight. We've talked with some cutting riders tonight. Tell me a little bit about what else you have going on here tonight and tomorrow.
Okay. Cutting tonight, like you said, and that is a non-point as far as Southern Stockhorse goes. The actual Southern Stockhorse competition starts in the morning, 8 o'clock. It'll start off with open Stockhorse cutting.
Okay.
And then it'll move into ranch riding. It'll move into barrel racing, pole bending. It'll be the lightning run, and that is a class where we pull one cowboy goes in, pulls one cow out of the herd, a numbered cow, and takes the cow and puts him in the pen.
That sounds exciting.
Yes, it is. And then tomorrow night we'll also have sorting. We call it ranch sorting or feedlot sorting in some circles. It's called feedlot sorting, and that's where we'll set up 2 round pens, have a gate in the middle, and 2 cowboys will go in and they'll work cattle by number in sequence out of one pen and put them over in another pen, just like if we were sorting on the ranch. What Southern Stockhorse attempts to do is simulate what goes on the ranch, working ranch horses and cattle work that takes place on the ranch or on the farm. Sunday morning we'll start off with Cowboy Church at 8 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock we'll have a class called ranch cutting. And then it'll be some of what the cowboy will go in, he'll pull a numbered cow out of the herd, working, and then go take that cow and put it in the pen. Then we'll also follow up with that with working cow horse, and that's one of our classes that's fast and furious.
Wow.
You know, a little bit of speed, a little bit of action in working cow horse, and then we'll have a ranch reining class where we'll do the reining. That's where the horse you get to show your horse off. That's the dance competition. I call it ranch reining, a dance competition. And then we'll also have a confirmation class, and we'll decide which horse is built to do ranch work. A good, solid horse with good confirmation.
Okay.
And that's what we'll finish up with on Sunday afternoon.
Well, it sounds like y'all have a lot of exciting events going on this weekend. Thank you so much, Mr. Barfield. We really appreciate you taking the time to be with us.
Thank you.
The Equine Calendar of Events is being brought to you by Southern States. For more upcoming events, be sure to visit us online at horsetailstv.com. Dad, I sure have learned a lot out here about horse cutting. I knew there were cows involved, but I didn't really know exactly what was going to take place here tonight.
Yeah, I kind of seen that look. You was thinking something about T-bone or a ribeye steak. Just like your mother. I want to thank Sonny Graham and Craig Dawes for having us out here tonight. And I encourage you to check out our calendar events for shows like we had here tonight, trail rides, or any other equine events. And you never know, horsetailstv.com, liable to be there.
That's right, and please join us on Facebook. And if you have a horsetail, we'd love to hear from you. And check out our website, horsetailstv.com.
Until next time, keep your reins low and your hands quiet.
See you next time.